All right, CJ Stroud is back. The Texans are 2 sleeps away from playing the Colts. And quite frankly, my body clock is a little bit mixed up because we watched football yesterday. It's a full slate of college football basically today. And then tomorrow there's another full slate of college football. And then the Texans will finally play. But it's the most magical time of the year. And all is right because QB1 is back. Right, Stoots?
Yep, the QB1's back. He seemed like he was pretty excited to be back, even though DeMeco Ryans didn't seem that excited that he was back. And I'm excited to see CJ Stroud get back out there. I have high hopes. I also have high expectations for him returning to the starting quarterback job here in Indianapolis against the Colts in the first of what basically is the 3 remaining must-win games that they have left on the schedule, which I would say are the 2 Colts ones and the Chiefs one, if you want to be in the playoff hunt, and certainly even if you want to be thinking about the division.
Yeah, and if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Colts week.
Colts week.
Let's hear DeMeco Ryans announce officially, which we already knew. Let's hear him officially announce that CJ Stroud, he back.
And Jalen Pitre.
Just to start, I'll let you guys know Jalen and CJ have both cleared the concussion protocol, so we're expecting both guys to participate on Sunday.
All right, there you go. So thank you very much for that. Great. Awesome. Well, how's it feel to have him back, Coach? Let us know.
We got to go out and play efficiently with our offense, really, no matter who's at quarterback, right? CJ will be out there, but we just got to go all guys play together, all 11.
I love this new DeMeco. I'm not. No. I'm gonna have his back on this. No.
Would it have killed him to be a little excited?
No. And this is why. Because with the way that this offense has functioned, with the way that it has looked, with the decision that was made in the offseason, and with what we saw when this quarterback was with this OC, I don't give a damn. We can use our imaginations and act like the offense was clicking when CJ was back because he was looking better, but it wasn't great. It wasn't awesome. So the notion that this offense is all of a sudden off the hook and DeMeco Ryans, whose defense had to save the ass of the offense the other day, the DeMeco Ryans does not need to be excited about anything offense. They need to figure it the F out. So I actually am very proud of DeMeco Ryans for putting it this way. This is not some sort of message to CJ Stroud. It's nothing more than a message to Nick Caley, a message to the offense, a message to Nick Caserio that this offense has to function and there is no savior. If you're expecting a savior, no. The offense as a whole needs to be better. So thank you, DeMeco, for actually making that very clear.
I would have liked him to just go out there and be like, nice to have the starting quarterback back. Well,
No.
That's it. That's it.
No.
It's not CJ's fault they couldn't score in the second half against the Bills.
No. Function like a normal offense. The other part is he knew he was back, and he just couldn't say it because of the concussion protocol. He knew he was back. You knew he was back. I knew he was back. So that's the other thing about it with DeMeco when it comes to this. He knows.
Well, I mean, he knew Jalen Pitre was back, and he damn near handed him an MVP award for it.
But we know what that's like. We know how that works with Jalen Pitre. Shout out to Jalen Pitre for being back, getting to do his thing. Let's hear DeMeco talk about Jalen Pitre. It is a little bit different, but we know who the coach's pet is.
Yeah, it's very clear.
He opens our playbook up, the full playbook. We can do a lot of different things with Jalen. Everybody sees he's been a dynamic playmaker for us, right? Whether it's in the run game or passing game. I mean, the kid flies around. He plays with his hair on fire. I just love watching him play the game of football because he does it in such a relentless way, and he's going to be in position to make a ton of plays, right? We know offenses have to have awareness for JP and where he is at all times because he's that type of impact player for us.
Jeez. Now, here's the thing, though.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jalen Pitre has been better at what he does this year than CJ Stroud has been at quarterback this year. I will say that.
Well, the other thing is Jalen Pitre's well coached. Like when DeMeco Ryans comes out and says he's going to be in position to make plays, He's talking about himself.
True.
And quite frankly, he should be confident that Jalen Pitre is going to be in position to make plays, regardless of what you think about him. This isn't a Jalen Pitre discussion because DeMeco Ryans is a good defensive coach. Nick Caley is a bad offensive coach until proven otherwise.
And there is a pretty significant drop-off between the top end of Pitre and the top end of whoever they were running out there to replace Pitre. Whereas the 2025 results, Mills was able to cobble it together more than acceptably, backing up CJ. So, yeah, I could certainly see where, hey, we're getting a key piece to our defense back right as our defense is already playing really well. So we're pretty excited to see that. Whereas, there's a little hesitancy with the offense, certainly.
Well, and I mean, the way that the defense functioned without Jalen Pitre was what?
Excellent.
I mean, it was as good as it was number one in the league. So it's basically just like another toy. It's like it's basically like a golfer who has like a -12 handicap getting a new club for Christmas. Like that's what it's like for DeMeco Ryans when it comes to his defense. So he basically got a new hybrid club, like the hybrid clubs that they make. He got a hybrid club with Jalen Pitre in his bag, and he's already the club champion. Like CJ Stroud, you were already like you weren't even a scratch golfer. But when you had CJ Stroud, then you lost CJ Stroud. You were kind of around the same area, probably worse, and then now you get it back. So it's not a time to celebrate.
Yeah, you got to get right between the ears, or in this case, right between the ears of the headset for the offense. Whereas everything's going great for the defense if you're comparing that to the golf game.
All right, we'll get into some of the other stuff going on that happened to the Texans. We'll take our eyes off our own paper in a sec. First, though, let's talk about the CJ Stroud situation and what does success look like for Stroud in his return?
I mean, it has to be something better than what Davis Mills put together for 3 weeks. To me, you're CJ Stroud. You're the number 2 overall pick. You're the franchise quarterback. We know what Mills looked like the past 3 weeks. And I get that the opponents are a little bit different. Buffalo's a really solid team. The Jaguars are a roller coaster, and the Titans are god-awful. Okay? But I saw what it looked like with Davis Mills, and I feel like that is, that even would be a disappointing floor for what you expect out of CJ Stroud, because he's supposed to be more talented. He's supposed to be a much better quarterback. I believe that he is a better quarterback. I believe he is more talented. So success for him has to look like a step up from what Davis Mills brought to the table.
Yeah, and my thing is this when it comes to it, like as we kind of like take a look at the previous 3 weeks, and then I'm looking ahead at the next 2, because I think the next 10 days are really, really crazy when you look at the situation that's laid out for the Texans and for CJ Stroud and company, because I think like vibes are important for this team. And I think vibes are really important for a football team. And a lot of time you have like a symbol, like you look back and you say, this was the moment where this team, like if a team makes a run, you look at it and you say, this was the moment where this team realized they could make a run, or they could make some noise, or do something that they've never done. And quite frankly, the Texans, they kind of got that taken away when they faced the Ravens, because the Ravens have been kind of a ghost for them, and there was no Lamar Jackson, and the team was completely depleted. So despite the fact you went to Baltimore, a place where you'd never won, your season had ended, and you beat their ass, it really didn't mean anything. Like there was nothing to really feel good about. Like it was almost like you take something away from it, rightfully so. But if you look at these next 2 weeks, like not only winning, like getting into the playoffs is one thing, but that's not their goal. Their goal is not to get in the playoffs. Their goal is to like go further. So you need something to kind of like catapult you there. And sometimes it's kind of a vibe. I think these next 2 weeks provide that, because Indianapolis right now is ahead of you. If you're able to go to Indy and hobble them and start their downward spiral, I think you can hang your hat on that. And naturally, you also keep the two pathways to the playoffs alive. Kansas City is fighting for their life. Like they're fighting for their life in 9 days. I'm not trying to get ahead of the Indy thing, but like if you look at like if the next 10 days, if the Texans are able to win both of these games, then the vibes are going to be crazy because you ended the Chiefs. I don't know if you end Indianapolis because Jacksonville is going to benefit from the Daniel Jones injury as much as you are. So you're basically kind of at the mercy, especially with their schedule. But the next 10 days, the vibes and like needing to grasp onto something, they're there for the Texans. It's a massive opportunity. And that brings me into this, Cody, that yesterday was as perfect of a day as you could possibly have. 2 of the 3 teams that you thought you were chasing, they're hobbled. The quarterback looks broken in Baltimore. Kansas City looks like it's kind of, they're going to have to at least gather themselves after this year. This does not look like the team that we thought they were going to be this year. And yesterday went perfect for the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about 10's the magic number for the Texans to get in the playoffs. If that is the case, Kansas City does not have much margin for error. They're 6-6 on the season. They do not look like they're playing good football. They still have tough games on their schedule, including this Texans team coming to town. They've got a game against the Broncos still. They've got a game against the Chargers still. So I know they get 10 days to get ready for it in Sunday Night Football, and they've had the Texans number. But, I mean, this defense and the spot that they're in, Josh Simmons, their left tackle, is done for the year. And if he's not done for the year, he's certainly done for this game. They might not have their right guard, Trey Smith, who's an all-pro caliber right guard, and they can't rush the passer. Like that team is right now, it's Mahomes, Rashee Rice, and Kareem Hunt. And like, that's it. It feels like nobody else is consistent in that entire team. And you could really put them behind the 8 ball with a victory there. And you talk about the vibes. One of the ultimate vibes guys that when the vibes are high, he is rolling is CJ Stroud. And you think about, you asked him about this, and I thought it was a great response from him. Like the Colts, where he's had tremendous success in Indianapolis, that's that game. And then some of his better drives from last year and some of his better moments in a very disappointing and up and down offensive year from him were against the Kansas City Chiefs. So he has a great opportunity to not only for the team vibes, but from a CJ Stroud standpoint, these next 2 games really get into a rhythm if he goes out there and performs.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, on one hand, you say, well, yeah, he's got to do this. But on the other hand, you don't have to really be awesome. Like it's not like that high of a bar. I will say this though, like if we're talking about the Davis Mills and CJ Stroud thing, and I think this is why D'Amico Ryans is pissed off, is they're lucky to be where they're at right now based on the last 3 weeks. It's the offense with CJ Stroud, with Davis Mills, whatever. If you perform like you did against the Bills, the season's over. Like it's not, if in the next 2 games, like they have either half, if they perform like that, chances are the season's over. Like it's done. So that's why D'Amico is not going to sit there and throw a party because CJ's there, because it's got to be better. And I'm actually very proud of him because I think he realizes it. And it all just comes full circle. Your goal is not to get into the playoffs. Like, so like when Nick Caley says there, like, I feel like sometimes when Nick Caley talks, it's like, yeah, we got a chance to make the playoffs. And, oh yeah, we're getting better. We won a game. Well, dipshit, they won because despite you, they didn't win because of you. Right. So that's like, it's not complimentary. Like it's not complimentary. Like if, I always use this example, and I used it last week. Like, if you're in a group project and 2 guys don't contribute, if I'm the guy who contributed, I'm a little bit pissed off at the 2 guys who didn't. And I think that's how D'Amico's acting right now. But here's the other thing that I really don't like. I don't like when the other 2 dipshits who didn't contribute act like they did and go up there and say, yeah, we're getting better. It's complimentary. Nah, it's not complimentary, brother. You didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, you actually destroyed the model that the good guy built. Like
yeah,
you were
and shut up.
You were counterproductive to success.
Yes, that's the thing that's the vibe that I don't really like when it comes to that. But the Texans, they got some.
Just take a quick look there at the standings. You know, the Steelers bumping up because the Ravens lost, and you know you're sitting there. Buffalo and the Steelers play So you're going to get some help there if the Steelers could take care of business. And if not, then, you're going to need somebody at some point to sneak Buffalo a loss. You need some help with Jacksonville. You need them to catch a couple losses. But you play the Chargers later on, so you can correct that if you're taking care of your business. And it's shaken out really well for the Texans to be in the conversation and stay in the conversation with the help around them. They obviously have to do what they need to do. Colts on Sunday to stay in the division hunt, and then ultimately in the grander playoff picture too.
Yes, and that's the thing that I think needs to be stated is getting into the playoffs. It's cool because now it is your goal, but it's not something you celebrate.
No, it's a requirement to get to where you ultimately need to go as a team to prove that you are better than you were last year. Like, you have to be in the playoffs to go where you need to go. You prefer to get in there through the division. If you get in there through the wild card, it's a harder road, but you still have those expectations and you still need to go where you wanted to go when you made that offensive coordinator change and the heavy investment in the offense.
I think it's important when evaluating this team, especially like we do 365 a year. And shout out to everyone. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Be sure to like the video. By the way, we're going to be back at Spanky's the 12th, the 21st. We also got an announcement at the end of here. We're gonna have 2 more appearances. We're going up north. So we got you covered there. But the 12th and the 2nd, 12th and 2nd of January, we'll be at Spanky Sharpstown. So we hope to see you there. We also got the other announcement coming up at the end of this. So we hope you're there, and hope you had a good Thanksgiving and all that. Cheers to you, by the way. I'm going with the rarity that is Corona Light.
Oh,
right now. Yellow Corona Light. So we're having a little celebration right now, getting ready for this game. I actually got a sushi party tray, looking good, out in Chinatown. Got me one. So we're hanging out. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, when it comes to evaluating the squad, is you talk about what the goal is in the season to like prolong things and get there. But I don't think that if you set expectations so low in season that what you assumed was going to happen, make the playoffs, that you assume that was a long shot, just because that happens doesn't mean that you lose sight of what the original vision was. There's a lot of ways to look at it, but you don't lose sight of that. So once they get in the playoffs, you still need them to flip the switch and get to that AFC Championship game.
That's where you want to go. You want to go where no Texans team has ever gone before, and that's why. And it's almost like, that's what success looks like. That's what you need to achieve. Getting to the playoffs is like, it's like showing up to the test with a Scantron. It allows you to take the test. And obviously, if you don't take the test, you can't succeed. So,
man, Scantron were a pain in the ass back in the day.
Dude.
Just have them ready for me. Just charge me an extra whatever, $15, $20 on tuition and have the Scantrons there. Why did I have to go to this is millennial problems, by the way. Yeah, a lot of our viewers and listeners, they're a little bit younger. I'm sure that they've solved this problem, but just have the Scantron for me. I think a lot of you can relate to this.
It's just universities, the amount of money that they take in, not providing the tool to take the test is maddening to me.
You resell the books 15 times. I don't even know if they have books anymore. And you can't just have the Scantron ready. Absolute disgrace back in the day.
Or the Blue Book. God, that was a disaster too.
That was a joke. Screw the Blue Book. Let's hear from CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud was in the. I thought this was cool because he unsolicited talked about the what did he call it? The bird's eye view.
Yeah, it looked like, it felt to me like D'Amico and CJ were both hoping to get out of there after one question.
Well, honestly, the whole thing was, and by the way, I thought CJ could have gotten out of there after 3 because I think Kim asked the right question, Kim Davis, and I think Sarge asked the right question about running, and I was good. But then we got to it, and I was like, okay, well, Indianapolis, how do you feel about Indianapolis? But I thought from what he said to,
hey, bro, Alpha Aaron here.
He basically answered the generic question with like a lot of detail. And then Kim asked about the bird's eye view that he mentioned, which was what I was going to ask too. And then Sarge asked about running and being fearful of running. And I was like, that's a wrap. Because D'Amico joked a couple times. He's like, all right, guys, see you later. And I was like, Yeah. I mean, thank you. That's all we needed. Thank you.
All he needed to do was come out and say, Pitre's back, Stroud's back, see you Sunday. That was all we needed from the head coach.
But here was CJ right off the top. This was the question from.
Hey, bro. Alpha Aaron here.
Blessed, man. Super grateful, to, be able to be healthy again and, have some peace, knowing that my body, my brain, and my thoughts feel, pure and clean. So it's a blessing. And yeah, I mean, I just, took it one day at a time. It was kind of eye-opening, to kind of get a bird's eye view, which I haven't had in a long time. So, I just am grateful for, all the prayers. Just want to say, to the Broncos defense, some of them, I heard them praying for me. I really appreciate that, like Hufanga, and Singleton and some of those guys, so I really appreciate them doing that. Of course, my teammates and our fan bases. So everybody's prayers and just, thoughts, really, I appreciated that. But yeah, it wasn't fun. I wanted to play really bad. I wanted to be back out there, but, I thought, we put ourselves in a great position. Thought Davis did great. He balled out, 3 games in a row and put us in position to win. So really proud of him and everything he's done. He's been a great teammate, great brother of mine. So, yeah, I'm just really grateful, to be back finally.
We'll react to what CJ had to say first, though. You know what, though, SNL and CJ Stroud have in common, along with the Cougs? We're all proud partners of TDECU. Shout out to the greatness that is TDECU. Cody's got that fresh Texans new logo debit card, and he'll tell you about it right now.
Yeah, I've got that, and I've got all these other great advantages from being a TDECU member. Membership's required at TDECU. They're insured by the NCUA, but it's very easy to become a member. There's tons of different options from checking accounts and savings accounts and all the various other things that TDECU can do for you. You want to start saving for your children's college? You want to think about buying a house? You want to move your business accounts over to TDECU? They can handle all of that and so much more, and they want to take care of you. Your credit union is not just a slogan. They mean it. When you're a member there, you get taken care of in a variety of ways, including that 15% off the Texans online team store. When you get that TDECU Texans debit card, you can sign up at one of the 15 greater Houston area locations. Just walk in and get it done there, or you can get the process started right there online, tdecu.org/Texans. You just need to be a resident in the great state of Texas to be a member at TDECU.
Yep, there you go. Shout out to CJ doing his thing. So I will say this, like, from covering CJ Stroud, from seeing what happened last season and all, and everything that we've seen, it does feel like if anyone could benefit from like a recharge and a step away, it's him. And I don't know if that's going to be a season long thing, but last year he was obviously beat down.
Yes.
Like, he was obviously beat down mentally, I would say, as much as physically. And getting a month away, I think might, like, if there's any quarterback that it could benefit, I won't say it will benefit CJ, but I will say if there's any quarterback that could just like benefit from being able to step away, and maybe, I think he gets in his own head a lot. I will say that. I do think CJ Stroud gets in his own head a lot. I would say that CJ Stroud could benefit from it. Like, I almost wonder what it would have been like if, like, last year he would have gotten a month away from Bobby Slowick. Like, would that have repaired the relationship? I don't know, but I think if there's any quarterback that could benefit from stepping away, might be him.
Yeah, just clear the mechanism, reset the deck, come in. You picked up some of the things that.
What does reset the deck mean? Like cards? I'm asking.
What do you mean? What does reset the deck mean?
Like, where's that saying come from? Reset the deck, like cards, or
like if you were playing blackjack and the shoe was no good, you got to get a shuffle. Okay.
Oh, okay. So shuffle the deck, reset.
Yeah, reset the deck.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. My bad.
The amount of times that you hate on idioms and old school sayings is baffling to me.
You mean hate or want to learn?
You hate on them. You didn't ask that because you want to learn. You asked that because you wanted me to look silly.
I want to learn. A lot of times we just accept them without like going towards the base of them. Like, you know what have your cake and eat it too means?
Yes, I'm aware of what have my cake and eat it too means.
What's it mean? Like, where's it come from?
You get the best of both worlds, and it also comes from France in the Revolutionary era.
I feel like we had this conversation and I educated you, and now you're acting like it's common knowledge. All right, keep going though. CJ.
Yeah, I feel like he could one, I think the confidence of him and his teammates has to be higher coming out of this. The rookies look better. The offensive line looked better. And obviously the defense is kicking ass right now. So you don't have to feel like the weight of everything is on your back at the quarterback spot if you're CJ Stroud. Whereas I do wonder if he kind of felt that. I think specifically in the Seattle game, it felt that way. Whereas like he was just trying to do everything perfect and nothing was going right and it just kept building on itself in a bad way in Seattle. Like trusting the teammates, the O-line protecting well, defense balling out, like trusting the young guys, all those things should be easy for him to do as he returns to the starting spot.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be easy, but they should be easier than they were.
That's a better way to say it.
Yeah, I think they should be easier. Now, the running thing is something that I've spoken on a couple of times. We've really been speaking about this since Ohio State, if we're being honest. Like the hesitation to run, the willingness, all that. I think Mahomes has developed that at a very high level, despite like the losses and stuff. Like he's developed that at a very high level, the willingness to run. And it's something that CJ needs if he's going to reach his ultimate success. Period, point blank, end of story. He needs it. Now, the question is he going to be able to do that? And how much does what happened a month ago impact that? Here's CJ.
I think when you think about getting hurt, you think about, bad things when bad things happen. So I'm going to just play free, and try my best to trust my instincts and, do what I can and, of course, stay healthy. But I want to put my team in position to win. So I'm going to do that and, whatever happens, happens. But, I've trusted I play this game the right way and, I know when to slide, when not to, or, try to do my best to protect myself as well. But so I'm not going to second guess that and just try to go, and play fast and have fun.
He says it's not going to bother him. So, okay.
We'll see. We will see about that. That's going to be interesting. We'll hear more from CJ in a sec, but let's talk about the other quarterback, Daniel Jones, who DeMeco Ryans clearly thinks sucks. I've talked about this on my stream. No, he does. Like it's not. I speak DeMeco. He clearly thinks he sucks. And he's a product of a system. He's a product of surroundings. Like there's no doubt about it. Like I broke it down last night. Like it's there. And now you get the news that Daniel Jones is playing on one leg. And Cody, give him the video proof if you don't believe me of what Daniel Jones looked like yesterday in practice.
This is Daniel Jones from Thursday's practice in a drill. Now he was officially listed as a full participant. This is from the Colts athletic writer James Boyd. This is what Jones looked like. Look at him. He can barely move. Look at it. He's like, that looks terrible. And this is a guy that used to be a pretty mobile quarterback, but he looks like he is in a ton of pain. That looks awful. Here it is again. Look at him laboring. He's got a freaking broken leg out there. He's got a freaking broken leg that he's having to play with.
Yeah. Not great.
Now, I guess one of the Indy Star guys said he looked a little bit better today than yesterday, but they didn't see any dropbacks or play action drills.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Especially for a guy who relies so heavily on mobility against a defense like the Texans defense. So it's not great, which might increase the question of, can the Texans stop Jonathan Taylor?
Well, they're going to have to run the crap out of Jonathan Taylor and have some success doing it, because Daniel Jones is not built to drop back on that thing 25, 30 times and try to do it against this Texans, not only the front seven, but try to make it happen with all the different things that he'll need to do to beat the secondary, which is also playing really well too.
And by the way, that video, if you want to check it out, I'm sure Cody can tweet it out. It doesn't play as well on his AOL modem, but trust me, if you want to go check it out, he did tweet it out. Yes, he did. But yeah, he's by the way, what is that? You've got mail. Oh, okay, Cody. I think someone just emailed you. So there you go. Someone might want another HIU football hat or something. on the shot.
I went back. I'm looking at it on the YouTube right now. It doesn't look that glitchy. Y'all can chill.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
Alberto asks, who are the Texans playing that are on track to making first team all pro? Who are the Texans players that are on track to make first team all pro? Does Mr. Pitre have a chance despite missing 3 games? I thought Bro was playing well enough to receive recognition pre-injury. I don't know if they have. It's weird because first team all pro, someone was saying that there should be a first team all pro Nickelback. So, and that was a conversation we were having in the Texans locker room today.
Enough teams play that they should potentially recognize that position independent, but he has 0 chance, Pitre, because he's designated as a safety, I guess officially, and he's not going to make it as a safety or a corner. So, if he had his own position, perhaps he'd have a shot or a chance. But first team all pros, I mean, Will Anderson's got a crack at it.
Yeah, I would say Will Anderson, and that's it.
Yeah, Daniil's never gotten award love really ever in his career, even with his big sack numbers. Stingley maybe just like carrying it over from last year.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Kamari get in the conversation, but I just don't think there's enough, national notoriety for him.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So I would think Will's probably the only one that's got a shot at an all pro.
Yeah, it's only Will. It's Will or bust for sure. There's no doubt about that. Viromaniac 4892 says, step aside, Mills Mafia, the Stroud Boys are back. So there we go.
The Stroud Boys.
The Stroud Boys are back. All right. By the way, I put this up because I just wanted a better screen than the one that Cody's providing today with his internet. So got the duck hunt. Got the duck hunt here.
There. You want me to fucking move?
Oh,
That's the only thing I could do. That's the only thing I haven't tried. I've called the internet company. I got a new computer.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get you some background music. Hold on. All right. Go on your rant. Hold on. Go ahead. Go. I got you.
I've done everything.
No. No.
I've done everything I could do. There are no other solutions that I possess to make this shit work better. Done everything I can.
I feel like us talking about it makes it better. Like it's clear as day now. Let's go to the chat real quick.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
HCAV Traveler says, afternoon, Cody, Landry, and friends. Don't worry. If Jones gets hurt, LaFar Jackson, a.k.a. Captain Quit, will come in and save the game. LOL.
He will not. He's on injured reserve.
It will be Riley Leonard.
Which Anthony Richardson might be better at quarterback than Riley Leonard.
We don't know. I am surprised that Riley Leonard actually is on an NFL roster, if I'm being completely honest. I find that very weird. Maybe there's like an Indiana bias because Notre Dame's in Indiana. I don't understand that, quite frankly.
Yeah, him being on an NFL team is weird to me.
Speaking of Indiana, CJ Stroud, I asked him about playing the Colts. He's had some good success. He's never lost there. He's 3-1 against Indianapolis. Quite frankly, I think his loss was the most impressed that I was. I thought that was where he established himself as leader of the team. But he's 3-1 against these fellas. And I asked him if there's any like extra excitement to facing the Colts when you return. Extra excitement added to the comeback being in Indianapolis and such a big game, division opponent, place where you've had some success.
Yeah, I mean, I always love, playing in Indy and against the Colts. It's a great environment, great fan base. They've always been a really good team, really good defense. So it's gonna be cracking, man. They're gonna be playing hard. We're gonna be playing hard. So yeah, it's very exciting. Division opponent. Like I said, a great atmosphere. So I'm very excited and really cool that I get to come back this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun.
At least he was honest, unlike Davis Mills.
Oh, it's just another game, I mean, I don't look at it as just the next game. You know what I mean? My God, someone needed to put a boot to Davis Mills' ass when he was doing that. Speaking of boots, my God, we got a Black Friday sale going on. My favorite boots. I got my Omens. I rock my Omens today because they're more comfortable than most shoes. When your feet are uncomfortable, it sucks. But Brunt Workwear, they got you covered. Cody's intense. He's heated. He gets put to task. I got my Omens, and I feel great in my Brunt Workwear. I'll be honest. When they first said, hey, Brunt Workwear, how do you feel about it? It was like, okay. I mean, yeah, we'll see how these shoes look. You see them all over the place. They were on my commercials yesterday when I was watching football, and rightfully so, because they are the most, by far, hand to God, the most comfortable boots I've ever worn. 100%.
Yeah, they showed you that cushion technology, man. You can wear them for such long, extended periods of time, whether it's the more casual looking ones like Landry has or the more work style ones like I have. Brunt Workwear and their boots can get it done for you. And you're going to get $10 off at Brunt with the code S&L. We got the link in the description down below there for you. $10 off at Brunt. Use the code S&L. Heard from a lot of you who've gotten a pair of Brunt boots with the code and gotten that $10 off. And a lot of people with the thumbs up review on it.
They got clothes too, by the way. They got workwear too. They got the clothes too.
Yep. So they got plenty of stuff for you over there at Brunt, and you're gonna get $10 off your order with the code S&L when you get checked out with our friends at Brunt. So get you some boots and get to work in them.
And if you don't want to work and you just want to look casual and be comfortable, the Omens. Strong recommendation of the Omens from your boy.
There you go.
Strong rec. All right, let's hear some more from CJ Stroud. CJ was asked by Kim Davis about what he learned from that bird's eye view that he spoke on. Take it away, CJ.
Yeah, just see how great our defense is, and if we can just, find a way to score in the red zone and, find points, I think, we can go as far as we want. Because, we have a really, really strong, talented defense. And it was really good to see, and for me, to see from a bird's eye. And that has been the case, but it's a little different when you just get to sit there and watch and be like, dang, other quarterbacks got to go through this. Like, I got to, when I get back, I got to make sure I make plays and put these guys in position to win and, reward them for stops and then turnovers, So I think that's huge. Our special teams, playing well. And then, offensively, I thought we did really solid, but I think we can take another step as well.
Yeah, it's the Amber Rose lesson, which I don't know that he got when he actually rode with her, but it's like the Amber Rose lesson that CJ gets when he's observing the defense play well. Just do that. Lean on the D. Just like her. Lean on the D. You get dubs. In her case, you get famous. In his case, you win football games. The Amber Rose theory, lean on the D.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that. And, well, there you go.
What does success look like for CJ Stroud in his return? It just looks like W's, right? There's no style pointing W's. Now, long term, you got to flip the switch in the playoffs, and you got to be cohesive with Nick Caley. You got to look like you're understanding the system. But in the short term, the next 2 weeks, next 10 days, W's, eat W's.
Well, I wonder too if
that's not a West Side though. I'm still Crip friendly, by the way. This is a win thing. So don't freeze frame me and have them out for me. I'm still Crip friendly.
I still wonder if there's a little bit of, maybe it's not from CJ Stroud, but maybe it's lingering in the back of his mind, and certainly with his camp. Hey, if you're really good in these next 6 games, you're really good in the playoffs, all of a sudden that big money conversation comes right back into the forefront that we thought, hey, if you have a good year, going to be a big contract extension in the offseason, these next 6 plus whatever you earn with those 6 could certainly get you right back into that conversation.
Yeah, just get dubs in the short term. Really, like, what success looks like is get a playoff berth and then a chance to flip the switch. That's it. Get in the playoffs. Step 1, step 2, flip the switch. That's it. It doesn't have to look great to get into the playoffs, but it has to look good enough when you get in.
And the sooner you flip the switch, the better, too, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt about that. 100% doubt about that. Let's go to the chat.
You ain't never hate.
Swarm.
BRDHEF1971 says Locker's a come on, man. Locker's a D word. LMAO. I love it.
That was a cool truck he had on that. He had the H-Town logo on. It looked like his semi truck. So that was cool.
Damn.
That's badass. You see that thing rolling down the highway. You're hitting him with the.
What are you hitting him with? The pullet?
Yeah.
By the way, learned something about Stutes today. And this is the
God,
third.
I can't even fucking imagine what you're about to say.
Never mind.
No. Say it. You can't hold it back. Don't hold it back for the people.
Let's hear from some more from CJ.
Nope.
He asked about this was going to happen. Let's hear what CJ had to say about concussion and
Tell the people.
No. Let's hear from CJ about what the concussion was like for him. Let's hear what it was like. How was it?
He was asked, "Is the concussion scary for him?"
No, that's part of the game. I kind of had, it was kind of the same thing I had in 23 against the Jets. Literally the same situation at the back of my head and had a concussion. And so, yeah, I think, of course, having like a short week too, because I played that one, I only missed 2 games. And then I, played that game in week 17 against the Titans. And so I think if we would play the Bills on Sunday, I would have been able to go. But, since it was a short week, wasn't able to practice, I thought, we made the right call, our doctors and stuff, on just, holding me out. But, yes, I'm not worried. I'm covered in the blood. I'm going to continue to be confident and, trust my talents and my gifts and, try to, do it for the glory of God.
I liked how dismissive he was on. Well, it is. I mean, I get the question certainly, but was it scary? No, just like 23.
By the way, he did acknowledge what we said. He did acknowledge that the if it were not a short week, he would have been back.
Correct.
Acknowledged.
Correct.
So there you go. But this is what I learned about Cody today. People are saying I got to pay off. He likes to honk his horn a lot at drivers.
What?
It's become enough of a pattern when I ride with you to where I do realize, like, if you're anti-horn honking, Cody does like to sit on the horn a little bit and honk at drivers.
Sit on the horn is a little excessive.
He is one of the Houston's horn honkers.
Will I hit him with a beep? Sure.
How trigger happy are you with that beep? It's pretty trigger happy.
If I can see them on their cell phone in front of me at the light, I'm going to hit them with the horn ASAP.
He is. I'm not going to sit here and say he's like New York horn honker, but Cody is definitely a horn honker.
I'm not going to deny that I use my horn. I absolutely use the horn on my vehicle. I feel like all my honks are justified honks.
Okay. Most people do. Most horn honkers probably feel that their horn honking is justified. Cody is definitely a horn honker, people. How do you feel about the horn honkers? You might be a horn honker yourself, chat. But Cody is definitely with you if you are. He is horn happy.
Horn happy is a bit excessive.
And y'all can tell I'm telling the truth by his defense. He's not denying it. I know a lot of times it's easy.
I'm not denying that I use the horn.
Horn honker.
Of course I use the horn on the vehicle. It serves a purpose. I'm not horn happy.
Okay. All right. That's your final answer. Okay.
That's my final answer.
CJ said something interesting today that I thought was kind of like a ear raiser, where he said that Nick Caley, he has a better understanding listening to him from the sidelines. That's not even something that we even took into account when it came to what he could learn on the sidelines. But this is how CJ presented it.
I got to hear Kels and like his process a little bit more, which was helpful. So yeah, I think as the season goes on, we get on one accord more and more and more. So it was helpful in that area as well.
So you're getting a lot of support with the horn honkers, by the way. See, it's a lifestyle. It's just a choice. It's a choice. It's like the Omens or the intense work boots over there at Brunt. So it's not anything crazy. So that's what it's. But okay, so we got to hear him a little bit more.
I do feel like there is a little bit of a necessary having to understand Nick Caley a little bit more, because it did feel like there were times earlier in the season where Stroud maybe wasn't totally on board with how they were doing some of those things.
Yeah, I mean, he said it.
So
we got to talk about some things that we're good at and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he basically said it.
Yeah, so having maybe a better understanding of Nick Caley through, throwing the earpiece in and watching it on the sidelines, perhaps that'll help just a little bit. Be like, look, you're taking anything you get on this offense to get better. Anything, however you need to do it to get better and present some consistency. Do whatever you need to do. So if it's understanding the OC better and why he does this and how he does this, and that helps you, great.
There's a question I wanted to ask, because on the collective, I was the only person who didn't pick the Texans this week on Monday, 6:00. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do. Shout out to Hog Media for doing what they do for us. But I will say, if the collective would have aired yesterday, I would have changed my pick. Even if it would have aired Wednesday, I would have changed my pick. So I 100% think the Texans win this game now. And I didn't think that was the case Monday. And it was a two-piece combo. It was a two-step process for me to realizing that, one of which we kind of discussed. I think D'Amico thinks Daniel Jones sucks. And when you make Josh Allen look the way that he made Josh Allen look, and then you clearly think the guy sucks and the defense does what they do, even without him being hurt, when I heard that, I was like, okay, he knows what's up. Like, that's what's up. It's going to be up to stopping their like their receiving weapons. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to gash you. So I don't think that's going to happen. So that was step one. And then step two was the injury. So my whole vibe has changed when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do not know how Daniel Jones operates in a way necessary and a level necessary to beat the Texans defense consistently. Like, I don't know how he does that with one working leg.
Patrick has a question on the chat. Is Kaylee's headset running on Cody's internet?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, what if that's why they get the play in late? Because they're using Cody's hotspot at the stadium.
Well, I need to figure it out if that's the case.
Let's talk about rookies. CJ Stroud on the rookies. And if the rookies are coming around.
The more time on task and time in the game, I think they've been able, to have some confidence. You can see how they play. They're dancing, having fun, and running great routes. Woody's toting the rock, protecting the ball. So you just see their confidence. I think that's really what this league is about. I think the more confident you are, the more that you can make plays for your teammates and go out there and execute your job. So I just see that them doing that each play.
He's right. I mean, I don't think Jaden Higgins ever lacked confidence. The more we hear him talk about it, the more times he makes me laugh. I love scoring touchdowns. I always feel good.
I always feel like I'm going to make plays. That ain't nothing new to me.
It just makes me go back to when I talked to him at the Senior Bowl, and it's like he's like, I'm going to be a red zone weapon. It's like, okay, and you know what he is? A red zone weapon. It's like, if Jaden Higgins tells you something, I guess you need to believe it.
So what is CJ Stroud's stat line going to be? Lay it out for me there, Cody.
I'm going like 270 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. That'd be impressive. That might be the best performance of the year, right?
No, because he went for over 300 and 2 touchdowns against San Fran.
Okay, yeah, 300, 4 field goals, yeah. Yeah, and they had the 96-yard drive in that one too. But I mean, yeah,
this is a much better defense than what San Francisco brought to town, though.
Yeah, I definitely think he has 2 touchdowns. The yardage, I would say.
What are they gonna do? Run the ball?
No, I'm gonna say like 250.
Okay, so
I'm gonna say 250.
So that would be a little bit above his predicted Vegas number.
Yeah, I want him to start throwing some interceptions too. Like, because I want him to be a little bit more dangerous. I want him to risk it a little bit more than he has. I feel like he's been a little bit hesitant. I don't mind CJ forcing it. I don't want to use like the Andrew Luck example, but like Andrew Luck would throw a lot of interceptions like early on in his career, but they would always win because he trusted himself a little bit. So I don't mind CJ being aggressive. I don't even mind him taking some sacks and extending. I think the upside of CJ Stroud at this point with this offense, the upside of him making like extreme plays is worth having. I don't think that you can just manage the game and win games the next 2 weeks. I don't think you can. I think you can. I think you perhaps could 3 remaining games, maybe against the Chargers because their O-line is so bad, and maybe against the Raiders and maybe against the Cardinals, but I don't know that you can these next couple weeks. Daniel Jones, he might put out a decent like early effort, but that leg's going to fall off. I actually don't think Daniel Jones plays the final week of the season against the Texans.
I'm actually like if I was a Colts fan, I'd be pretty worried that you're risking the rest of the season playing him in this game. And maybe it's one of those situations where it's not going to get better in season, so he just has to manage it and make it happen throughout the rest of the year. But if there was a week where you kind of be like, hey, man, like, take it easy, like this would probably be the week where I just have him go take it easy. Throw Riley Leonard to the Wolves. Just hope the Texans don't keep it going. You get another crack at him at the end of the year.
How will Tyler Warren do his first game against the Texans? I think he's going to probably have like over 80 yards and a touchdown.
I'd be surprised if he didn't score.
He'll have like over 80 and a touchdown for sure. I think he's a mofo.
He will be on a touchdown parlay for me on Sunday.
Yeah, he probably should be. The yards is like 50. Maybe that depends on Jones, but yeah. Stingley versus Colts Sauce version 1. Who will look better?
I tell you what, I'm very intrigued to see what they do with Sauce and see how often he ends up on Nico Collins and see that matchup and see what he can bring to the table against Sauce. Pretty excited for that. And then Stingley is going to be really important. We've seen Stingley get beat deep a couple of times, and the quarterback or the wide receiver hadn't always make him pay. I'll be interested to see if Alec Pierce can get behind Sting or try Sting that way. And certainly when he's on Pittman, and Pittman's the trusty guy for them. So can he slow him down too?
What did you do with Sauce yesterday? Like what was your encounters with Sauce yesterday for your Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, we just had gravy.
Just gravy?
Yeah.
Nothing else? No cranberry sauce?
No, we don't do cranberry sauce.
I don't mess with it. Yeah, it's kind of a waste of time. It's like an obligation.
It's just I don't really like cranberries in general, and it's just not for me.
Yeah, I was gravy too. We did the basic bitch like cranberry can. No one touched it though. I think it's just kind of an obligation, but yeah.
My mom used to get a can of cranberry sauce and put it on the table, sliced up out of the can every year. And every year she'd just throw a can of cranberry sauce away.
Yeah, no one cares about cranberry sauce.
And look, if you care about it enough to want it, you'll make your own and you don't have to worry about it. And that person eats it.
What do you do with sauce when you go to Cane's?
I get a lot of cane sauce.
You know they have honey mustard?
I don't like it.
It's not good.
I don't like it.
It's the worst for how good Cane's is. That honey mustard, it's honestly the worst honey mustard I've ever had.
It's very bad.
Yeah, very bad. But some people don't know they have it, so it's kind of exciting when you try it. because you like feel like you're asking, like when you go to In-N-Out and you order, I know my bill soon for the Whataburger folk. I'm a Whataburger folk too, but I can appreciate In-N-Out. But when you ask for like the off menu item, you feel like you're like accomplishing something when you get it. Like that's kind of what I felt like when I was ordering that honey mustard. I was like, oh, I can't wait to dip this, and I felt like I wasted a bite of tender.
Yep.
Like, if you're gonna try the honey mustard, this is my advice. When it talks about like sauce, you gotta use the fry first. You don't want to waste a bite of chicken tendy unless you like it. Now, some people might like the Cane's honey mustard. In that case, cool. What are you doing with sauce when you go to McDonald's?
I'm getting as many as they will give me.
What kind? There's
I
a
like
lot of choices, brother. And actually, McDonald's, say what you want, they're pretty good at the sauce game.
Oh, their sauce game is
They're
excellent.
pretty good at the sauce game.
Their sauce game is excellent.
It's barbecue sauce all day for me. I love their for some reason I love the McDonald's barbecue sauce.
I like their sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour goes ham to sweet and sour. You mix the sweet and sour and the barbecue. The Thai chili is good too. The buffalo is good. Like all the McDonald's sauce, but they're stingy with it. They're stingy with it. You get a dirty look. Sometimes you just gotta say, hey, just charge me extra if you have to. I would rather you charge me extra than shice me out of my 5 barbecue sauces I want.
Well, I get some Big Mac sauce on the side sometimes too.
You put the Big Mac sauce on what? Do you dip the burger or are you getting
I dip my McDoubles in it.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. Sweet and sour. The McDonald's sweet and sour goes crazy. Crazy.
They have perfectly developed that sweet and sour flavor to match expertly with their nuggets and with their fries.
The barbecue too. Oh.
Yeah.
They just know how to do it, man.
McDonald's has old Ray Kroc, the guy that kind of nationalized McDonald's. He'd be proud of what they've been able to do with the sauce program.
They've also mastered the art of like order and drive. Like if you can actually drive and eat. Like you can't say that you can't say that. Like what are the outside of McDonald's, what are the other fast food places where you can just, and I know we can make it do whatever, Cody. Like I know we can make it do whatever. We can eat whatever. I could eat a Chipotle burrito while I'm driving. But like what are the best like order and drive places? Because McDonald's is by far a 1 seed. Like it's a 1 seed that's going to be favored by 20 points in every game.
McDonald's might be the only drive and eat fast food that I get. Whataburger, I take it to the house.
Yeah, you can't order and drive.
If you drive and eat Taco Bell, it will end up on your shirt. So I don't do that. None of the chicken places.
If you need to put some fire sauce on it.
Yeah,
But if you just get like a cheesy bean and rice, you can like figure it out. Like for the drive, if you get something just to eat while you drive home. Like you have your order and then you like just want something while you're going. You can get a cheesy bean and rice. You can make it do. Just tell them to be easy on the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, without fail, every time I've ever tried to eat Taco Bell in my car while it's moving, I have gotten it on my shirt.
Yeah, Wendy's you can't do.
Well, their burgers have a fair amount of grease to them too.
Yeah, they're coming down. Like Burger King, not really. Can't really do that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, McDonald's has just mastered the art of the drive. Even the breakfast, like to a certain point, minus the biscuit. The biscuit you can't. But if you get the McMuffin, you could perhaps do it. You got to be careful with the first bite though, because sometimes it gets a little oozy.
Egg shoots out.
Yeah, the egg shoots out. So you got to be like real You got to use like the front of the teeth when you're doing that. But you can make it do with the breakfast for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, shout out to it. All right, the Texans, speaking of eating, the Texans, Trent Brown doesn't eat much if you haven't heard.
Don't eat that much.
The Texans are keeping the O-line from Buffalo, right?
Yeah, like they have to keep that O-line that they played against the Bills. They're not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not past them to change something when it's working. They've done it, but Ursery at left tackle, Titus Howard at left guard, Andrews at center, Ed Ingram at right guard, Trent Brown at right tackle. That's what I want to see on the field against the Colts.
Yeah, I think like you got to play the same O-line as last time if it's available. I think Trent Brown's going to play. So
He has no injury information.
Yeah, no injury designation at this point. By the way, that dude's just like a damn full steam ahead guy once he gets going. It's ridiculous. It's amazing. He hasn't stopped. Since it's gone down.
He's been one of the better surprises of the entire season, because even I was interested to see what he had. I couldn't have predicted that he was going to basically come in and lock down the right tackle spot.
Yeah, he has it locked down. He's been on the turf ever since he was active. Speaking of turf, shout out to Texans Turf. Dan the man, happy holidays to you. And one of my neighbors had Dan doing his thing today as I pulled in. Dan the man doing his thing. They know. They
do the old.
They were jealous. And Dan sent his team out there, and I know they're going to be happy. I say it with a smile. It's basically like that turn around after you shoot the shot and celebrate, because I know Dan the man is the man. I shopped around so you don't have to, whether you want a putting green, playing surface, whatever, increase the value of your home. They're going to take care of the fences, the corners, all that. The drainage is going to be perfect. I'm going to light a fire tonight after that Texas A&M game. I'm lighting a fire right there. Doesn't matter whether it's a win or a loss. It's always a win with Texans Turf, and I cannot wait to do it. It is finally time for backyard season, that nice, chill, crisp. Always better with Texans Turf. Shout out to Dan the man, TexansTurf.com.
Yeah, raises the property value, gets your Saturdays and Sundays back from doing all that back-breaking yard work, and you can just kick back, relax. Always green, always clean. TexansTurf.com to set up that free estimate from our friends at Texans Turf.
So we were joking about duck hunt earlier today, and the dial-up.
You were. I was not joking.
We were joking. And I want to ask you, what are old school arcade games travel well with time?
I mean, I still love NBA Jam.
Still?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I find an NBA Jam machine with like those old rosters, I'm definitely playing NBA Jam. I'll dump $10 into that easy.
$10.
Yeah.
I moved around, so now I'm like fuzzy asking these questions. How you like that?
I'm not going to say anything about it.
You should say it. It's my own doing.
I'm not going to say anything about it. But we've seen more of Joe Mixon than we're seeing of you.
All right, buddy. Anyway, it's go time, baby. I got my sushi tray downstairs. I got my Coronas. I got my fire.
Do you have any, like, you got soy sauce, right? Like, do you have any other of the sauces with the sushi?
Wasabi, soy sauce, wasabi, and ginger. What do you mean?
Do any of the pieces have like their own like sauce on them?
Yeah, they'll always have like the spicy mayo,
eel sauce or something like that.
That type of stuff. Yeah, that'll happen.
Because you got rolls, you didn't get like the individual pieces of sushi.
Not sure. Yum yum sauce is good, but that's with hibachi, right?
I mean, I've put yum yum sauce on my sushi before.
Yeah. Someone's asking about Elko and Sark. How bad is Elko outcoach? This might be a show and win for Texas, honestly. I don't know. I mean, but obviously Elko's a better coach. This might be a show and win. This is just kind of a attendance policy, you know. Just kind of happens. What are you laughing at?
I enjoy how you ride the wave in your own unique way with Texas.
No, this is a one-game season, brother. This is a one-game season. This is like when you used to make fun of, you know, Texas A&M. Shout out to Texas A&M. Hell of a football team, hell of a coach. It'll be a fun playoff experience, but like this is where it's a one-game season, just like it was Stephen McGee. So like when Stephen McGee used to beat Texas, that's kind of what it was. So that's what Texas is right now. So we'll see what it looks like.
I haven't thought about Stephen McGee in a very long time.
If you're using Sleeper, by the way, take injuries over yards. That is a freebie for you.
It's UT's tight end for the thing.
ENDRIES. I think it's in the 20s. That's what I'm taking today. Endries.
Okay.
I'm taking his over yards. I might take him to score a touchdown.
Mm.
But you can't pick both on sleepers, so you got to figure that out.
Well, put it with two different things.
Yeah, for sure.
Two different entries.
Yeah, and I brought this up, but I respect A&M and stuff. I even took off my Texas shirt because college gear is too polarizing for the people. I'm a uniter, not a divider. So
okay,
I'm a uniter, man.
Yeah, the same way Genghis Khan united people.
Don't know the history. You'll have to fill me in on that. I don't think I ever really paid attention during the Genghis Khan section. Fill the people in. Give me a 30-second. All right. In 5 seconds, give me a 30-second breakdown of Genghis Khan. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's one of the most notable conquerors to ever occur in the history of the modern world and the historic world. Like, he conquered most of Asia and ruled one of the largest empires in the history of the world. And he did so through brute force and torture. And I think I can't remember the exact number, but there's a large portion of the population that can trace their lineage back to Genghis Khan, because that's how many different wives and children he had.
Okay. Patrick Ding says the odds are he's part of Khan. So there you go.
So there's most people are in the Asian continent have some sort of lineage they could trace back to Genghis Khan.
Now, I want you to talk to the people like you do when you see Patrick, because you've been known to code switch. I want you to.
That is not true. That is not true.
Wish the people a happy holidays and a happy weekend before we get out. And I want you to do it like you talk to Patrick.
I don't change anything when I talk to Patrick. I don't change anything.
Okay. I guess you'll have to watch Rush Hour 4 to get an idea of that.
That's not.
I guess you'll have to watch Rush Hour 4 to get an idea of what it's like.
You were so wrong for this.
Cody mingles with Patrick.
You were so wrong for this. You're bad.
All right, appreciate y'all for rolling through. Enjoy this Texas versus Texas A&M. It's a fun day, man. After Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving is so perfect. And then we get a full football weekend tomorrow. It's great. So enjoy that. Enjoy the Saturday, and then post game on Sunday. It's going to be a fun time. It is, what is it? Colts week.
Colts week.
So we appreciate y'all for rolling through. Subscribe, like, ride along. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, whether Cody's talking normal or changing up and getting a little different when he's talking to Patrick, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. We'll talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
By the way, big announcement. Break it down. I forgot to bring it up. Announcement. 2 Spanky's appearances on December 12th and January 2nd. And we also have another place. We are going up north.
Yep. A week from Friday, or a week from today, I guess. A week from today, next Friday, we will be at BB's Tex Orleans in Kingwood. So BB's in Kingwood. We want you to come out there. Same deal. Arrive at 3, live at 4. BB's in Kingwood a week from today. Our first appearance out there up in the Kingwood area. So the folks that have been asking us to come up north, we're headed up that way. And we're going to see you at BB's in Kingwood a week from today. Our first of a couple of appearances there in December. So come out. We'll talk about what happened, obviously, with the Colts, and get you ready for Sunday Night Football with the Chiefs at BB's Tex Orleans in Kingwood. Of course, we'll tell you all about it a bunch more times next week, but go ahead and clear the schedule and put it on your calendar for next week. We'll make our BB's debut in Kingwood next week.
Yes, sir. And they got that New Orleans flavor. When Cody set this up, he sounded a lot like Brian Kelly did at his opening press conference at LSU.
I'm happy to have BB's in our family.
Like, right along. Always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together.
Eat good, sleep good, be good. Talk Texans again soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Appreciate y'all.